Hi, I am Harish Koteti and welcome back to my channel. The AI content, is exploding for the last 3 years, right? And what I have observed is it has a massive blind spot. What I mean by that is it's entirely made whatever content you see about AI is entirely made by people under the age of 35 for the people under 35. So if you're a professional like me, who are, over 40 years trying to navigate this whole AI transition era, the content exists either talks down on you and they say like you're too old too old, or you don't even understand what they're saying, right? Either of those things happen. So nobody is making content around AI that acknowledges what it actually feels like to learn, something fundamentally new at at age 40 and above, wherein you already have 20 years of experience in the tech industry and have seen a lot of transitions, right, in the past. At the same time, you have significant financial responsibilities when compared to a 25-year-old who has not built anything yet. Probably, you have built substantial assets and stuff like that, significant responsibilities. So this video is for you if you are trying to make this transition, or if you are over 40 and trying to understand how to how to learn AI. It's not about how to learn AI, it's really about how do you succeed at this age within this AI era. So keep watching. The particular when I started this whole AI journey is really about, hey, I have 20 years of experience, but all of a sudden, if you are in a team of, youngsters who are like AI specialists or pretend to be AI specialist, suddenly you feel like you are the least capable one, right? So which feels really strange. So how do people who are half your age can are able to move faster, in the area where you have spent over 20 years, right? So the whole thing is, the frustration I have with YouTube and LinkedIn with all the content on AI is it assumes that you are starting from zero. Say, how do I set up Claude? How do all the content that you see, it assumes that you are starting from scratch, which is not. You have 20 years of real experience on how, all these systems work together in the industry. But at the same time, you're also need to be aware or self-aware that you lack specific skills, right? There is no question about it. You do lack, even I mean, people our age do lack specific AI skills, and that's what we are trying to, that's the gap that we are trying to cover. So the problem with tech industry is the industry treats, age, as a liability in the tech industry, right? So they think anyone, I mean, I'm glad I'm an entrepreneur. I don't have to rely on any business or any company firing me or anything like that. But if you're a working professional, an operations director or whatever, right, and over 40, the problem is they don't look at you as an asset, but they look at you as a liability in most of cases, right? Unless you are delivering exceptionally well and, really contributing to the company's bottom line, right? So most of the AI content is around built around assumption that knowledge is the barrier, right? The problem here is it's not really the knowledge, for people over 40, right? It's not really the knowledge because you have seen a lot in the 20 years of, you probably see the dot-com world, you have seen the virtualization, you have seen a cloud adoption, so you have been through, a lot, and you adopted, right? AI is no different. The problem is everything that's available out there assumes that we have a knowledge gap. It's not really the knowledge gaps, it's really the how you have to use AI within the production environments, within the way the business can get value, right? So that is the gap, and no one covers it because the content that is getting created by most of the people on LinkedIn or YouTube are youngsters who have no, you have limited, I should not say no, who have limited experience with, compared to you, right? So it's not just YouTube problem. All the events that you see, like AWS reInvent or Anthropic events, all of them are, are are tailored around builders who are actually developers and who are early in their careers, right? It is not, it's not really for people who have, significant experience, industry experience. So yeah, so the nut, to summarize, what I'm saying is everything out there is really not for you if you are 40 years and above. So what do we do now? So the honest, the advantage that nobody acknowledge is you have a very in-depth systems thinking, that, how do you, how an enterprise software works, how to integrate with enterprise software, how the data flows work, all this enterprise knowledge, which is very hard for a 25-year-old or a 25-year-old to have, right? Or a junior developer to have. And you also know what problems are worth solving, because what I see on AI, all the cool stuff or the viral videos or the cool stuff on the internet is really around people showing, hey, I built this app, I built that, I built this with AI. Cool. So, but is it something that a business, like for example, let's just take, is it something that an HSBC or a bank like HSBC or a, or a, an automobile company, like just an Indian company like a Maruti Suzuki wants to use? That's not it. These are all like, hobby kind of stuff that you build on the side, right? So you lived through multiple hype cycles, and I've been through that too, right? I've been the big data revolution, Apache Spark, all that stuff, right? So we've been through the mobile revolution. So if you are above 40, you definitely remember the day where we didn't even have the mobile phones, right? So we've been through that, right? So all these platform shifts we adopted, right? So it's really the AI content that's right now out there is purely vendor marketing, and most of it, right? Not all of it. So what you need to really understand is the human, as long as you know the human side of things, like, hey, what is the if you can figure out what is their business, what are the pain points that they are going to solve, that they need to be solved, what is the ROI of solving it, and then it's really about, hey, does can you use AI for it, right? It's all that simple. So the real, the challenge, the real obstacle right now is really the time, right? At 42 or 43, learning something new while you are running a business or while you have a full-time job managing 20 people, with family responsibilities, kids growing up, and clients and all that stuff, is extremely difficult. I agree. I mean, I am going through it, right? So it is difficult. So the time is genuinely the concern at this point. So with that time, what happens is we feel that we don't have confidence. But trust me, trust the process, go through it as you did everything in your past, right? And What don't try to compete with a 25-year-old or a 26-year-old who can just sit with a coffee mug and do the build a AI thing overnight. We are not that. We have kids that needs to wake up in the morning. We have that they have to send them to school. We have other things to do. At over 40, you need to also take care of your health. There is a lot of stuff, right? So don't compare yourself with them, because you really have the ability. But the challenge really is for a 43-year-old with a, if you're saying you have a 20 plus years of experience, if you post something online and it turns out to be wrong, you will have a bigger a risk of losing a little bit of your credibility, whereas a 25-year-old posting whatever it is doesn't, right? So everything that we post or anything that we share is at a higher risk. You have higher risk of losing credibility. So what I really want to drive home with this video is, I'm making this channel, or I'm building this channel not to really talk about, hey, how do you configure Cloud? How do you know how to make cowork work? It's not that. It's really about figuring out how an enterprise, how an enterprise can really make use of this AI tools, whether it is Cloud, whether it is AWS, whatever it is. How do you, connect it with the larger systems that they have without, it's not vibe coding, it's not that, it's really about integrating with it. So you will see firsthand what you need to focus on, and not really sitting and, hey, which model is fastest. That's all, you know all the let the kids do the job, right? Those things. For us, above 40 years and above, for us the real thing is about understanding what the business owner wants, what do they want to achieve, what is the basically the business outcome, and what is the ROI. Does AI fit into that thing? And if we use AI in a cost effective way, how much will they, what is the impact on their bottom line, and how much you want to charge for it if you're an entrepreneur, right? If you're working in your business, you just need to build these skills, help your sales team and stuff like that, so you get recognized by adding more value than what is expected of you within your own company. So what you're so this channel, I'm gonna share everything that I'm doing, right? So as part of my business, um, right? So to building these AI agents and whatever it is, along with the team that we have, right? So just stay, this is the personal story, right? So it's really a personal journey of mine that I want to share, because I know there are a lot of people who are 43-year-old, and worried about, inside you are worried about, hey, will I continue to have my job? What is the risk? I don't have enough time to read everything, write those certifications and stuff like that, right? And I totally agree. So people say, hey, no excuses. No, that is true, because you are a busy family man, right? So it is very hard to make time and study for 3 hours when you're at this point in your life. But so just watch the channel, so you get to understand what to focus on with respect to AI, and really understand and focus your energy on stuff that matters, and not really stuff that anyone else can do. So again, whether you're a business owner, a consultant, or a software professional, or a tech leader, someone in your career in one domain and figuring out how AI fits, this channel is going to help you out. So I'm not going to talk about how do you learn. I'm going to share about what I'm doing. So that will probably help you focus on the right things in your journey. So you don't need to be a developer. You don't need to know Claude. You don't need to need AWS or anything. It's really, you need to have the basic mindset saying, hey, I would love to help someone, whether it is a customer, internal customer, external customer, and I'm willing to do the work to get the outcome they are looking for, right? So that's the my invitation for you. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel so you can, and also let me know in the comments, how do you feel? Do you feel the same way like I feel? Hey, it's a big mountain to climb because of the changes that happens every day with respect to AI. So yeah, I don't know how exactly this chapter ends, but I know it's worth documenting, and I think it's worth for you to watch it so that yeah, let's all grow together and understand how we can cross this milestone as well. Thank you for watching.